Jesus James Angleton, the way you spin that story round. Always sharp, just like a tack when you're tracking the price of the dollar and pound. Ow! But drop the narrative, that thing that you inherited. Your history homos chariot just pulled up outside. Scott, William, Patrick on the scene, they're breaking up the subroutine. Something's crackling in your brain, and K-Ultra make you go insane. Hey, don't you know we're only on the case for a good time, baby? Took a Rhodes pill, now I'm reading these books for a long time, baby. Honey pots and psyop traps, you can trust the plan until you snap. Slop conspiracy everywhere. History homos clear the air. Close your eyes, what's truth or lie? Hiding in the space between. Reality's a tangled scene. Tune in, you'll know what I mean. Close your eyes, what's truth or lie? Hiding in the space between. Reality's a tangled scene. Tune in, you'll know what I mean. Hey, history homos only on the case for a good time, baby. Took a Rhodes pill, now I'm reading these books for a long time, baby.
And we're live. Welcome back to the show. Joining me this week is the ever pleasant to be with William from England.
Yeah, tell that to my 600 ex-wives and concubines.
And yeah, 300 concubines. So, in light of that comment, this week we're doing a dramatic reading and analysis of, which I have to say this right out the gate, this is the most befuddling book of the Bible I've read so far.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't care for it for the most part either. I found value in it as like a sort of lore building thing, because like you can definitely pulled out some specific references that I think are like to like wacko, Jewish mythology and Kabbalah stuff. So we'll cover that as we read through it, and I'll highlight what that is. But other than that, I got to imagine this is like the very first example of pornography in history.
Yeah.
And unsurprising of its source, by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if it's pretty much incomprehensible. I wouldn't have. I'm not bright enough to have been able to comprehend it without that commentary you sent me from that Australian bloke.
Mm.
But I mean,
Yeah,
that's just
I
his
think he was
interpretation
from
of
New
it.
Zealand. I think. Are you doing that on purpose to piss off the Aussies?
Uh, a little. I don't care if I piss the Aussies off, but yeah, no, I wasn't doing it on purpose.
They were
I
from
thought
New
he was
Zealand.
Australian. He talks like an Australian.
Close enough. Oh, that guy was Australian. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought you meant like I sent you a peer-reviewed thing from a New Zealand, the University of New Zealand or something as
Oh
well.
no, as if I'd
Okay.
read all that.
True. Good point. Yeah. But no, that guy was based. That was like so I also sent William a like Protestant like literal rereading of it where he like worked it out so it would be like wholesome, which I
Yeah,
respect.
well, and he like he towards the end of his analysis, he says what you got to do is ignore the editor's notes, which is what these chapter headings are, isn't it? Really.
Yes.
So let me explain to you. In my version, so chapter one, it's got a subtitle in the chambers of the king, and then chapter two's got the subtitle the Rose of Sharon, and chapter
Interesting.
three is the maiden's search. Chapter four is the king offers his love. Chapter five is the torment of separation. Chapter
Yeah,
six is the maiden's
I
beauty,
saw in the video
etc.
he crossed that out in his version of it.
Right.
And I agree with you because I do think that that is a later addition.
Oh,
Either
it's got to
at
be.
any rate.
There's no way these Hebrew scribes or whatever
Yeah.
like had bullet points.
Right. And then also mentioning
And even if I
Rose
did
of
bullets
Sharon.
yet, they would have to have
Great point.
spear tips.
Hang on, let me actually Google real quick. What is the biblical significance of the Rose of Sharon? Because isn't Rose of Sharon? I have Rose of Sharon outside my fucking house right now. I didn't realize it went all the way back to Bible times.
Well, the commercially available variety of rose available in America is no doubt named after something Jewish.
True. Okay, it says right here in the Bible, Rose of Sharon is a symbolic term, not a specific type of rose. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of speaks to your point, actually. um,
Yeah.
often interpreted as either bride of Christ, describes them as a rose of Sharon. The term is associated with beauty, love, and a fertile plain of Sharon, suggesting abundance and flourishing. Oh, so Sharon is a place in ancient
It is,
Israel.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense why the town I grew up next to, Sharon, Massachusetts, is the one of like literally in the top 10 concentrations of Jews on the planet.
Right, yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
That's why I've
But
always had an aversion to naming any of my children Sharon.
yeah. Well, also it makes
It
sense
was
why
very
Ozzy's
fashionable.
wife's name is Sharon too, by the way.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of English women about my age called Sharon.
Yeah.
It went through there were never were before, and there never have been. Nobody calls the baby Sharon anymore. But
Yeah.
like in the it might
There's
be
a
a
bunch
bit
of
young.
American women your age named Sharon.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, like Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
She's a bit
And
older. I
my
think there might
dad
be.
dated two.
I think the Sharons might be older than me actually because I didn't know any girls called Sharon.
Sure. Yeah, my
Although I
dad's
did.
older than you too, so he was
I
dating women
did
who are.
with one once.
Oh, there you go.
She was older than me. A little bit.
You dog, you. But it's the first time for everything.
Yeah.
Um, what's it called? Yeah. But yeah. So I was a little curious about that. That was the one thing I didn't look up. But yeah, it seems like yeah, I think you're onto something with that. Like that they just retroactively named like this flower after this Bible thing,
Yeah,
rather
sure. Of
than
course they did. Yeah.
rather than the Bible being like, oh, I really like this flower.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, so just to give you sort of a snapshot of what the entire book is, as I said before, it's like the first example of interracial incest pornography.
Yeah.
Like literally one of the first lines is it's a woman speaking and she says like my skin is black, and then it's obviously the it's supposed to be like a titillating. I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's what it depends on how you want to take it. So I talked to a Catholic listener about this, and they were explaining to me that the Catholic interpretation of this is or the I guess the mainstream Christian interpretation of this is basically like this story is supposed to be like symbolic of the relationship of Jesus and the church. Like the woman is the church,
Right. Yeah.
Jesus is the lover. And then on the other level of it is it's supposed to be like an instructive sort of expression of erotic love within the confines of a monogamous relationship, which I, by the way, have no problem with that interpretation
Well, there is
necessarily.
a slight problem with it in that Jesus and the church didn't exist when this. So if it was for 900 years, this story was kicking about, and Jesus and the
Agree.
church hadn't manifested themselves yet. So there's that.
I agree with that. But I think I guess the mainstream Christian sort of MO would be like, oh, let's sort of retroactively justify this within our, not
Yeah.
to say that that's a bad thing, by the way. I think it's like how Dom
No,
explains
I
all the
mean,
time.
I can kind of understand how. I mean, I won't say I can understand because I can't really understand anything, but I can
Yeah.
see how that idea fits in with the idea of gradual revelation of
Yes.
God.
Bingo. That's what I mean. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, by the way, I also think that when this sort of like piece of literature was written, it probably wasn't necessarily 100% representative of the religion that the Jews or the Israelites, I should say, during Jesus's time either. You know what I mean? This
No.
seems like a really old piece of thing that was sort of passed down and like sort of we know for a fact, and I again, this is like people old school listeners of the show are gonna get pissed that I brought this up again, but 1,000 years before Christ, when the
Hmm.
Jews got released from captivity from the Babylonians, they came back to Jerusalem and the other places there, and they completely reworked the theology to be go from being a multi deity system into a single deity system, and the people who did
Right.
that are called the Deuteronomists. Um, and in doing so, they cut out a couple people who later other people characters or deities that sort of re-manifested themselves later in the Christian Trinity, like
Right.
the Holy Spirit in the Trinity. It's like a lot of people are confused about the Holy Spirit. What is the Holy Spirit? Well, it's sort of a reference of it's a theological fingerprint of the previous iteration of the faith that became Christianity.
Right. Yeah. Which goes in. That's sort of Carlylean. It's all been a gradual revelation ever since
Agree.
pagan times and all that. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. We're all working up
Kind
to
of.
the event. Patrick put this idea in my head
Yeah.
is the event, the key defining event of history is the Jesus Christ birth, death, and resurrection, essentially.
Yes.
And all of human history was building towards that prior. And so there's times and periods prior to that where like the people who were alive during Jesus's time were doing shitty stuff, and that doesn't take away at all from the revelation or the like the beautiful religion and life what's the word way to live your life that is set out
Yeah.
by the gospels.
The design for life.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for exactly. Okay, so
Another one. By the way, there's another cheesy pop song that the lyrics is taken straight from this.
no shit,
I
really.
immediately spotted it. Yeah, I named that tune in one. It's "Kiss Me with Your Mouth" by Stephen. Is it Stephen or is it Patrick Tintin Duffy? Stephen or Patrick?
That's a reference I'm not familiar with, of course.
Oh, you will get it on YouTube. You'll have
All
heard
right,
it
all right.
before. It was a massive hit
It's
in the 80s. I think it was the
I'll tell
third
you.
time he released it. It scored a hit. Although actually, it was a hit in the States before it was a hit in England.
Um, and then the second line is your love is better than wine.
Yeah,
Stephen Duffy, kiss me. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll pull it up real quick so we can both hear it.
Go on, give it some.
Okay.
It was the last song ever to be played on BBC Radio 1 medium wave frequency before they shut it down.
A very 80s.
Yeah. It's a rare example of English god rock.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't hate it.
Eh?
I don't hate it, I said.
All right, go on. Yeah. Let it play.
This is the first time I've heard it, though, for the record.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is going to be the chorus.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a cross in the background.
Yeah, I never got people quoting the Bible in disco.
That's crazy. Cool. I love that. I'm going to put this on my playlist. This is sick. Yeah. Yeah, no shit. There's for those not watching the video version. Oh wait, I'm sorry I wasn't sharing the video.
We didn't share the video anyway.
Yeah, but either way, but there was a cross in the background of the video. I was watching the official video.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, not bad. Definitely in the meat of that like new wave stuff, new romantics type stuff, which is definitely up my street. By the way.
And also, I didn't actually have time to look it up. But there's another bit which right at the end, but the end at the end when it's a callback. It's make haste, my beloved, and be thou like a roe or to a young hart upon the mountains of spice.
Yeah, that's right. It's the beginning and the back, beginning and the front, at beginning and the end. Yes,
and in the middle, I think.
Possibly,
but there's a well-known poem which I don't know that's got that
well-known by
which has nicked that
by
bit
knowers.
It's is over the like a youthful hart or roe over the hills where spices grow. Huh. What poem is that from? I'll Google it.
Yeah, that's a good call. But yeah, so the other thing is so again, I want to frame this before we actually do the reading of it. So primarily, most of it is like I think like it's pretty mainstream to say that it's a love poem between a man and a woman, and it has sort of theological overtones. Which is I also wanted to say this is like, if this is a book or collection of writings, as it were, that is supposed to be instructive to the totality of the human life, like the human species, the human race, it stands to reason that there would be a section dedicated to like the act of biological reproduction, you know? It's part of our life. It's a big part of our life.
Well, I like that Aussie guy's take on it.
Me too. Yeah.
Like, so she's a bit like, and it makes sense in the context of the other women characters in the Bible.
Yeah.
Particularly Ruth, in that she's like an exemplar.
Yeah.
She's an example of chastity.
Or a virtue, at least.
Yeah.
Because it seems like she's dying to end that chastity with her beloved.
Yeah, but that's a different. She's betrothed.
It's monogamous. Yeah,
it's monogamous. She's got this rich guy trying to get into her knickers, and she's like.
I'll also put that in the description of the that video into the description of the episode. By the way, just so people see it. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't want to co-sign everything. This guy's probably a nutcase in other topics. He seems like some kind of Protestant. Like pastor type guy from Australia, but like I did like this interpretation of this specific book. So
what I'm referencing with that fly like a youthful hart or roe over the hills where spices grow is from a hymn by Isaac Watts, 1674 to 1748.
Okay, there you go. You probably sang it in Church of England as a Ute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I got to tell you about that. You know, I met Monica Perez in the flesh the other day.
Yes. How was that? I know, but for the benefit of the audience.
Her family are great. She's great. obviously. And we went round York Minster.
Oh, that's like the big church, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 20 quid to get in.
Shocking. I mean, how many? They probably have to because it's not like they have people in there all day tithing, you know?
You can you no, you can get it in for free if you say you're going to go and pray. So I mean,
Oh,
that's all right,
it's
isn't it?
kind of based, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible place.
Yeah, I'd
I
like to
haven't been around it
take a
for
look at a pic of
years.
that.
Yeah, and
How old?
well, the new one was built in the 12th century, probably by Normans, but there was one there before. Another thing that it's bizarre how you're reading. I mean, I see the hand of God in this. So I got asked to read Ivanhoe with a view to including it in next year's English curriculum, and I was listening to it or at the same time as I was listening to this, and and I've just been around York Minster and found out that there was a minster there before they built that one.
Yeah.
And because I've always sort of the lazy sort of thing, oh yeah, it was the
This is the
Normans.
original.
The Normans built all the oldest churches, so they must have
Oh,
brought
right.
Christianity. But the Romans brought it, didn't they? And it
Yeah.
was, and so yeah, it was already a very Christian country before the Normans got here.
Yeah. The Normans came not to spread Christianity, but usury.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is what Ivanhoe's about, bro.
Is it? No shit. I don't even know anything about who wrote it.
Sir Walter Scott. In fact, I haven't googled that either. When was that written? Because he's like, it's so funny. Um, Ivanhoe. It's
I'm
actually a
gonna
pretty good
guess.
book,
I'm
but
gonna guess it's from the 1700s,
no, I think it's published
1600s.
in 3 volumes in December 1819.
Okay.
So how does that tie in with when the Rothschilds were?
1719. I don't think they were on the scene yet.
1819.
Oh, 1819. Okay, they were on the scene.
They were on the scene because
Yeah.
I'll tell you for why. Old Walter Scott, he's covering his ass. It's got a Jewish character in it, and
Oh,
I've got about a quarter of a way through it,
yeah.
and the Jewish character is introduced into it, but as he introduces his character into it, he says, "Oh," he goes on this big screed about how unjustly persecuted the Jews were
Now
in
I'm gonna
those
show you a
days.
shitty one.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Brilliant.
but the way he does it, the way it's phrased is so great, mate. He goes, "It's definitely dog whistling you and me, right?" Because he
Yeah.
goes, he goes, "Oh yeah, they were terribly unfairly persecuted, and the kings used to like tie him up and pull the teeth out to make them renounce the debts that they owed him and stuff like that, right?" and he said, which I'm sure is all true,
Oh, I
but
don't doubt it.
he but it says
Who's to say that debt
be,
was fair?
but it says because and it's going all about the plight of them, this homeless nation and blah blah blah. It says, but the fact is they had all the money, and if the kings wanted to borrow any, they had to borrow it off them.
Yeah, I like that little fence sitting you're doing there, Scott.
Yeah.
I like that. No, pretty. But I mean, who do you think published the book though? On some real shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, so like we're moving towards the dramatic reading now. Let me just think if I have any other commentary that I wanted to absolutely get to
The
prior to
publisher
that.
was Archibald Constable.
Okay, that's done. Early life.
He's got a listing. Archibald Constable, Scottish publisher, bookseller, and stationer. Life. Constable was born at Carnbury, Fife, son of a land steward. But you see, the Scots are like the Jews of the British Isles as well, though, you know.
Yeah,
They were the
that's
money
true. Yeah,
lenders as well.
that is true. Ebenezer Scrooge, wasn't he like supposed to be Scottish?
I don't think so. I think people might characterize him as that because of the. Oh, there's the other thing. Scott says this persecution, along with their natural tendency to cunning and avarice.
Based. Yeah, I think you should include that in the curriculum next year. I'm gonna put my stamp of approval on it.
It's a good book. Very, very long though.
All right.
The audio book of it is like 20 hours.
Okay, so let's do the dramatic reading. You have your book out?
Okay. I do, yeah.
Okay.
You're going to be the lady, aren't you?
Yeah, I will be the lady, yeah. So but you'll be the narrator as well, because that's the first line.
Okay. Shall I do the No, I'm going to do two different voices, and I'll do one for the narrator and one for the man. Because
Yes.
it says it. Well, I'll do one for the narrator and one for the king.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's I don't know what's the Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. That's the
No, I
narrator.
also pause real quick. I just want to say the Song of Songs, this is like a trope in the Bible. So if you recall the holiest of holies,
Yeah.
it's supposed to mean like the most superlative, goodest
Yeah,
song.
he's a comics comic.
Yeah, yeah, a man's man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so this isn't a long literary tradition within the scriptures, is that the Song of
Yeah.
Songs, which is Psalms. I also want to pause and say this, that now the scholarship in both Christian or in all Christian, Jewish, and in like, secular, the this is not attributed to Solomon. It's more that it's within the wisdom tradition. Because as you recall, Solomon's was granted one wish from God. I guess they got that, they annexed that, they took that part of the Bible out later on, where the king gets one wish.
Yeah.
And he asked for wisdom. Now, you might be asking, what wisdom did he get? He seems like a pretty shitty king. It's kind of a scumbag, philanderer, and also communed with the devil.
Idolater.
Yeah, idolater, communed directly with demons in order to accomplish what would be, I thought, divine acts, but whatever. Let's fucking step over that. Um, but I believe the
All
connotation,
backs up
though.
the Scarcella take.
Yes. But no, I think the connotation would be that it's a wisdom associated thing, and I specifically I want to make the point here, and I'm not alone in this. This is based on a lot of scholarship, but the wisdom archetype is sort of it's associated with like the esoteric, like mythological Judaism stuff, and like this stuff about like the lost third deity, the female, the divine feminine particularly. And you can
Yeah.
remember just a few Bible episodes ago, we did Psalms, and there was this character called Lady Wisdom in it. And it's clearly trying to evoke like this idea that there's this other entity who specifically says, by the way, in Proverbs, did I say Proverbs? In Proverbs.
Psalms.
In
It could
either
be,
way,
right.
I think it's actually Proverbs that I'm talking about. I might have said Psalms, but it's in Proverbs. But Lady Wisdom says, "I was with God from the beginning of creation."
Yeah.
Specifically, that's a direct quote. So this leads me to be, particularly in light of the fact that there's this Jewish mythological or esoteric concept of Shekinah or Shachma. Now, you've probably seen these Hasidic Jews where they do that head banging thing.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
I thought they were listening to Metallica on earbuds.
I thought so too for many years. By the way, I'm sorry to keep going on 6 side notes here, but Saddam Hussein banned headbanging, even though there was a metal scene in Iraq, because he was like, it's too Jewish. That rules. Okay. So but do you know what that actually is though?
What?
That's so only the crazy Orthodox Jews do that, by the way. So it's not like just unique. It's not like a Jewish necessary. It's a specific brand of Jew. What they're doing is they're miming having sex with Shekinah, which
Wow.
is the divine feminine, and trying to. I'm gonna sound crazy here, but basically that sect of like messianic Jews, they have this idea that the way to get to like end times for Jews is to reunite the divine feminine and masculine and become a sexless Ubermensch called Adam Kadmon, meaning the primordial man,
Right.
and therefore transcend material reality. I'm fucking dead serious, but I've looked into this a lot.
I wonder if there's a guy called Adam Cadman. I bet
I
there is.
bet. I bet there is, yeah.
Google it.
Um, but regardless, so that's what they're doing when they're doing that headbanging shit. So okay, when so I want to be very clear here. When we're talking about particularly that character Lady Wisdom within Proverbs, but a lot of people make the scholarly case that the speaker, the female speaker in this story, is on a second layer beyond the base level that we're going to be talking about, is that divine feminine. And the
Right.
male speaker is through the king, supposedly,
Yeah.
but that's supposed to be like the nation of Israel, the male, the masculine man on the earth, or like the like you get what I'm fucking
Yeah,
saying.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, and so what this is in by the way, this is not mainstream in any way, shape, or form. This is like the kook Jews, and they're saying that this is like a esoteric representation of that act of like going into like the Jewish rapture, I guess. Listen, I'm not fucking making this case. This is what crazy people think, but
Well, yeah. I mean, they're all pretty kooky, aren't they? They deny
listen to
Christ.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
A guy came down and said, "Hey, I think everyone should be nice to each other and not kill people for no reason, and be good to people who have it harder than you." And they were like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah.
So yeah, they're kind of psychos anyway. But okay, let's get back to the reading. I'm sorry to go on that big sidebar, but now we will actually do the. So actually, do me a favor, just read the first line again, just this one
Okay.
line.
Chapter the first. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's.
Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because of the savor of thy good ointments, thy name is as ointment poured forth. Therefore do the virgins love thee. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. So, quick sidebar here. Kedar is like a minority ethnic group that was in the Levant at the time, and they were
Right.
dark skinned. So, this is
Okay.
supposed to be representative of a character. On the base level of this story, it's representative of a darker skinned woman.
Right.
Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but mine own vineyard I have not kept. So what do we want to draw from that, actually? My own vineyard. My mother's children were angry with me, so meeting my brothers and sisters, I guess. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but my own vineyard I have not kept. What could be the significance of that? Yeah, what the fuck is he saying?
Hairy armpits.
Yeah, she's got a bush. I bet the king's into that, though.
My own.
Real Napoleon hours.
I mean, it does. This part of it really does jibe with what you were saying about it being.
I
like
think
the
so, yeah.
Spirit of nature, Mother Nature type thing or
Yes,
whatever. Yeah.
yes, exactly, yeah. That other, by the way, just not to get too far off track here, but that female goddess that was like sort of associated with the earlier versions of the Israelites was the same, which could be equated to the goddess Asherah, which, by the way, they found like shrine to Yahweh, which we know as being the Old Testament's God, he had a woman standing right next to him, and it said Yahweh and his Asherah. So at some point in history, these were viewed as like a husband and wife god and goddess.
Right.
And oh, by the way, also Asherah is associated with springtime, with trees, with it's Mother
Vineyards.
Nature. It's literally
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very, very, very. It's really interesting. What's that line that's in Ecclesiastes? There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
There's nothing new under the sun, man.
Yeah. And this comes right after Ecclesiastes, isn't it?
I know it's beautiful, actually, that it works like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me, O thou whom my soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou makest thy flock to rest at noon. For why should I be as one who turneth aside by the flocks of thy companions? If thou know not, O thou fairest among women, go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock, and feed thy kids beside the shepherd's tents. I have compared thee, O my love, to a company of horses in the Pharaoh's chariots. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold. We
Really
will
busting
make
up
thee
stereotypes there, by the way.
we will make thee borders of gold with studs of silver. While the king sitteth at his table, my spikenard sendeth forth the smell thereof. Let me do that one again. While the king sitteth at his table, my spikenard sendeth forth the smell thereof.
I think, yeah, I'm back to woman here. A bundle of myrrh is my well-beloved unto me. He shall lie all night betwixt my breasts.
Oh, golly.
My bobs. I'm sorry, betwixt my bobs. My beloved. Oh, sorry, I'm mixing the voices now. My beloved is unto me as a cluster of camphor in the vineyards of Engedi. Engedi is the area, by the way, in which the Kedarites are from. By the way,
Right.
behold, thou art fair, my love, and behold, thou art fair. Wait, is this male speaker actually?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah, yeah. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes. I never understood that. That comes up a lot. Doves
Dove's
have just
eyes,
got
yeah.
eyes that look like buttons sewed
Black
on.
eyes like a doll's eyes. Yeah, what the
Yeah.
fuck is that supposed to mean? I don't
Behold,
know.
thou
That
art
was really
fair.
odd to me too.
Yeah. Behold, thou art fair, my beloved. Yea, pleasant. Also, our bed is green.
I guess that's supposed to refer to like it's the spring. It's like a rejuvenation,
Yeah, it does.
rejuvenation.
Does sound like Mother Nature, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The beams of our house are cedar, and our rafters are of fir.
So that's clearly a reference to the temple. Obviously,
Yeah.
the rafters of cedar is the cedar that was provided to Solomon to build the temple from King Hiram, who would be a later major figure within Freemasonic rituals and stuff. Okay, chapter 2, chapter the second. I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys. As the lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. As the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat down under his shadow with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. I think, real quick, this sat down under his shadow with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. I think the fruit here could be, particularly fruit is like a major motif within the Bible. I think the fruit has to be like knowledge, because like, the fruit of the garden. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So the fruit was sweet to my taste. So when we shared in the knowledge, I guess, with the mingling of the knowledge, I knew her, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
Yeah,
her.
I think that. Yeah, well, I think that's. What is it? Yeah, knowledge is definitely
Definitely.
that, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely can be that. Yeah. He brought me to the banqueting. Wait, you got to talk if you're going to do a visual act. Okay. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me was love. Stay me with flagons, comfort me with apples. There you go. There it is again. For
Yeah.
I am sick of love. Sick of love. I am sick. Oh,
That means sick from love. It's
okay.
just
I
old
got.
timey way of
As
saying
soon
it.
as I said it, I fucking knew. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm sick of the measles.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
His left hand is under my head, and his right hand doth embrace me. That's just fucking. I think I've done that move before.
This
Okay.
is still you.
Okay, good. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up nor awake my love till he please. Okay, I think what this is trying to say is don't keep your hands off my man.
Yeah.
He's mine. The voice of my beloved. Behold, he cometh leaping upon the mountains, skipping upon the hills. My beloved is like a roe or a young hart, which is, by the way, for the Americans, that's like a type of like horned
Is it
animal.
a deer?
Roe, yeah, it's I think a young male hart.
Yeah, and I think a roe.
Yeah, roe is a young female for sure. I knew that. That piece of terminology made it to America. Behold, he standeth behind our wall. He looketh forth at the windows, showing himself through the lattice. Okay, the wall is definitely a repeated motif throughout this. Wall means chastity.
Yeah.
Because at the end it goes, there's the brothers are talking about our sister has we'll get there, of course, but
It's have you been a wall or a door?
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's definitely what I think it's what it means. So when he standeth behind our wall, he looketh forth at the window, showing himself through the lattice. He's saying he's shown himself to be worthy of breaking chastity for.
Right.
My beloved spake and said unto me, rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. I guess you could have said that.
No, I think that's
it is definitely in her voice, but it's her speaking of him. So, for lo, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone. Oh yeah, the winter is past. It's spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. The flowers appear on the earth, the time of the singing of the birds is come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in our land. I'm assuming it's turtle dove.
Well, maybe, or maybe like it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They could talk.
It's actually April O'Neil. Remember that character?
Yeah, I never watched it.
Well, there was for people my age, they know April O'Neil is the female character from the show wearing a banana raincoat.
Right. Well, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was aimed at my age group.
I think so. Well, it was aimed to a lot of people.
But I never watched it because I'm a contrarian. I don't watch things that other people watch.
Yeah, same. But also, I actually struggle with this a little bit because it clearly passes the name test.
Oh, definitely.
Teenage
I think I was put off by teenage.
That's gay. That's a gay, like, what are you pandering to me as a teenager?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I agree with that. When I was a little kid, teenage had like an air of mystery and danger.
Yeah.
When it was introduced to me as a younger than teen. So I was like, teenager, those guys are cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just scared of them.
Yeah. Like they're another species, like they're pit bulls.
Well, they are because they're trying to
get pussy, yeah.
Finger girls, aren't they? And
I
was just
you don't really have when you're a little kid, you don't have much in common with teenagers. You're right.
No, definitely.
But they do have an air of mystery and danger, though.
Hmm?
They have an air of mystery and danger, though.
Oh,
so if you're inclined towards adventure, perhaps.
Well, I don't like mystery or danger.
All right. The fig tree putteth forth her green figs, and the vines with the tender grape give a good smell. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. I actually want to take a quick side here to say that all references to wine in the Old Testament are beer. Did you know that?
Right, okay.
Because they hadn't discovered fucking grapes yet because the Romans hadn't showed up.
But she was working in the vineyards.
Their orchards, and what they used to do is they would make beer and use fruits to flavor the beer. This is a
Right.
tradition that goes back all the way to ancient Sumeria, by the way. So
Right. Okay.
anytime you hear, and by the way, also I want to say this is that the word for wine and beer in this version of ancient Hebrew is the same word. So
Right.
that's why they when they went to translate, they're like, yeah, wine, the Jesus stuff, right? Yeah, no, it's what it was just drink. Like alcoholic drink was the word that they were using in the scriptures. And yeah, so if they had vineyards, it would be like them growing pomegranates or figs or like I don't know if they did hops yet. They might have done hops, but other shit like that, like rosemary and like stuff that you would add in to add flavor to your beer. Because also, I did a whole fucking episode on the history of beer a couple weeks ago, the bonus episode, and yeah, the beer back then was only like 3%, the max, and it would be like something that you'd eat for breakfast because it was like porridge.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because there was, and they used to drink it through a straw
I
too.
listened to that episode actually.
Oh, cool. Did you enjoy it?
I remember now. Yeah. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Did
good,
you?
yeah. You had a bloke on that knew all about beer, didn't you?
Yeah.
I should
And
be on
also,
that.
yeah, yeah. He was, if you recall, he was, shouts out John from Michigan, by the way, but he was on our episode that we did about that British movie about the nuclear
Threads.
apocalypse. Threads, right? Yeah. Shouts out John from Michigan. All right, where were we? Oh my dove, that art that in the clefts of the rock and the secret places of the stairs. That's definitely a sexual reference. Let me see thy countenance. Let me hear thy voice. For sweet is thy voice, and thy countenance is comely. Take us the foxes, the little foxes, and spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. So again, I think that would be in the original would be just like our beer making fruits are plentiful.
Mm-hmm.
My beloved is mine, and I am his. He feedeth among the lilies. He's not black. In other words, he feedeth among the lilies.
Actually, do you know, like going through this with you, I'm I'm definitely coming round to this view that it's about some kind of pre-Trinity idea.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like very old. This is like one of the earlier, I think, pieces of scripture that like sort of got it added in. But I can see why they added it.
This was meant to be just a cheap racist joke, but it's actually proving rather useful.
I know. Until the daybreak and the shadows flee away, turn, my beloved, and be thou like a roe or a young hart upon the mountains of Bether. Feedeth, by the way, I just have to say this. This is a cheap racist joke. He feedeth among the lilies. She's black and he's not black. And she's shocked that he feedeth among the lilies. Because brothers don't do that.
Yeah. Not only fat lilies.
Yeah. All right. Chapter 3. By night on my bed, I sought him who my soul loveth. I
Sorry,
sought
my
him.
job to say chapter 3, wasn't it? Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I sought him, but I found him not. I will rise now. Go about the city in the streets. She's from the streets. But in the broad ways, I will. Ooh, but in the broad ways. Do you think that's why they call Broadway
It's
Broadway?
and in the broad ways.
Yeah, but do you think that's why they call Broadway Broadway?
Well, it just means the wide roads. It means like the broad ways will be like the main roads.
Agree, but perhaps they had that in mind when they made Broadway, though.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just asking, just spitballing. I will seek him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. The watchmen that go about the city found me, to whom I said, Saw ye him whom my soul loveth? It was but a little that I passed from them, but I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him, so she found him. I held him, I would not let him go, until I had brought him into my mother's house, and into the chamber of her that conceived me. So she brought him back to mom's house. She brought him back to mama.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my place. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the fields. What's the hinds of the fields?
The Heinz is more deer.
Oh, I didn't realize there's so many
Yeah.
names for it. Yeah. That ye stir not up nor awake my love till he please. So again, I think it's the same thing. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, don't stir him up nor awake my love till he please. Meaning he's mine. Keep your hands off of him.
Yeah.
Who is this that cometh out of the wilderness like pillars of smoke? That's God. It's got to be.
Yeah.
So who is this that cometh out of the wilderness like God, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, something that they burned in their incense during the worship rituals, with all the powders of the merchant? Uh-oh. Behold his bed, which is Solomon's. So it's trying to, three score valiant men are about it of the valiant of Israel. So are we trying? I think what this is trying to say is that Solomon is in opposition to this guy who's coming out of the wilderness like God.
Yeah.
So it's a right after, who is this that cometh out of the wilderness like pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, with all the powders of the merchant?
So that's God.
Question mark. Behold his bed, which is Solomon's. Three score valiant men are about it of the valiant of it. He's not coming out of the fucking wilderness if he's in his bed.
No.
Not him. They all hold swords, being expert in war. Every man hath his sword upon his thigh because of fear in the night. So perhaps this somebody coming out of the wilderness like pillars of smoke is what causes them
Solomon
fear.
shitting himself
Yeah, exactly.
because he knows he's been a bad boy.
He's been very bad. I mean, bro, he was communing with demons to build this fucking thing. He made the pillars there. King Solomon made himself a chariot of the wood in Lebanon. He made the pillars thereof of silver, the bottom thereof of gold, the covering of it of purple, the midst thereof being paved with love for the daughters of Jerusalem. So she's trying to walk. She's doing a little bit of Sir Walter Scott here, walking it back.
Yeah.
Go forth, O ye daughters of Zion, and behold King Solomon with the crown, wherewith his mother crowned him in the day of his espousals, and in the day of the gladness of his heart. So I did for a second, I did a little bit of research on this line here about go behold King Solomon with the crown wherewith his mother crowned him on the day of his espousals. There's two words for crown in ancient Hebrew. I don't know what the one that is used in this one, but the other one is keter, Keter. And the reason I looked this up was because keter is the top piece of the kaballah. It's literally, so you've probably seen it before. It's like a diagram, Have you seen it before?
No.
Let me just pull it up real quick. Kabbalah. Let me just look at the images. Share portion of screen. Boom. Here we go. Keter is the top of it. So the tree of life. By the way, I should also mention that Lady Wisdom in Proverbs is referred to as a tree of life. Also, God is referred to as a tree of life. So basically, without going too crazy here, this is sort of like a diagram of the paths. By the way, this pillar right here these two pillars here are supposed to be representative of the pillars of the temple.
Right.
One is called what was Ruth's husband's name?
You got me.
Fuck. One is called that guy's name, and the other one is called I'm really fucked up right now. I fucking forgot the names. Oh no. But either way, Chokmah here is Lady Wisdom. That's literally the word wisdom right here. But Keter is the word for crown, is a word for crown. And specifically, that line we were just saying right here, King Solomon with the crown, wherefore his mother crowned him, etc., etc. They did not use the word Keter. They used the other word for crown. I think this was intentional because it's trying to show Solomon is not part of this holy religious arrangement, is what I think the page is trying to say. It's not part of this like deeper spiritual journey that you're supposed to go on through your whatever. I don't fucking know anything about it, to be honest. I'm very, 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 I'm a neophyte to this, as they say.
Yeah, sure.
But I think they're definitely trying to make the association that Solomon is outside of this, and he's
By the way, you're not such a neophyte. We're halfway through the Bible now. Look.
I know. Yeah, you're right about that. Actually, I guess I'm not.
So
Okay,
it's my go now, isn't it?
Yep.
Chapter 4. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes within thy locks. Thy hair is a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep that are even shorn, which came up from the washing, whereof every one bare twins, and none is barren among them.
Based.
Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet, and thy speech is comely. Thy temples are like a piece of pomegranate within thy locks. Thy neck is like the tower of David, builded for an armory, whereon there hang 1,000 bucklers, all shields of mighty men. Thy two breasts are like thy two breasts are like two
Bobs.
young roes that are twins, which feed among the lilies.
Among the vegana. Two Bobs that feed among the vegana.
Thy two bobs are like two young roes that are twins, which feed among the vagine. Until the day break and the shadows flee away, I will get me to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. Thou art fair, my love. There is no spot on thee.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
what?
It's interracial.
Thou art fair,
No.
my
Jewish
love.
American princess is married to a Indian guy. No.
Thou art fair, my love. There is no spot on thee. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse. With me from Lebanon. Look from the top of Amana, from the top of Shenir and Hermon, from the lions' dens, from the mountains of the leopards. Thou hast ravished my heart, my sister, my spouse. Thou hast ravished my heart with one of thine eyes, one chain of thy neck. How fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse! How much better is thy love than wine, and the smell of thine ointments than all spices.
Even garam masala.
Yeah. Thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb honey and milk are under thy tongue. And the smell of thy garments is like the smell of Lebanon. The
I
smell of
hate
my
to smell that.
garments. The smell of my garments is like the smell of a taxi driver.
I was gonna say, I don't know that I want to smell her garments anyway. The smell of Lebanon, maybe not necessarily up my alley.
I think Lebanon probably smells all right. It's full of seed, isn't it?
You're right. It's also probably filled with like shawarma and shit. Like,
Also smells pretty good.
you know what? You're walking me back from that.
Yeah.
Uh,
It is by the seaside. I will say this: I went on a long boat trip once, and it was out of sight of land for 2 weeks.
mhm.
And we came back to land. It stinks when you haven't been smelling land. It just smells of tree sap and shit.
Interesting. You went back to
Yeah.
Lebanon?
No, it wasn't Lebanon. It was
Oh,
Spain,
in general,
Atlantic
in
coast
general.
of Spain.
Okay.
But it's like, yeah, there's an offshore wind, and before you could see the land, you could smell it because it's like
Really?
2 weeks of perfectly pure air, and then you've just got this. I mean,
But there's no like
Spaniards.
impurity, and there's no impurity in like the sea smell, though.
Well, I guess it's just not like the land smell, I guess, and so
Right.
because when you go to the sea, you can smell it, can't you? It smells nice.
For sure. Yeah. I don't
But then,
always love the smell. Sometimes it smells bad.
but
But,
then
but
sometimes,
what you're saying though is it's like, when black people say that white people smell like wet dogs. It's like it's not
yeah,
that we smell bad, it's that we smell different.
yeah. I mean, I do smell like a wet dog.
Because you're hugging a wet dog 24/7.
No, I do. I just do. Yeah. I used to smell like a Frenchman.
I'm glad glad I've known you in the wet dog era then.
Yeah, exactly. A garden is enclosed. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse. A spring shut up, a fountain sealed. Oh, it should be
Okay,
like this. Hang on, I'm going to read that different. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse. A spring. Shut up! A fountain sealed.
this and the next line I think is definitely going to be a Garden of Eden reference. You know.
Yeah. Thy plants are an orchard of pomegranates with pleasant fruits, samphire with spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all the trees of frankincense, myrrh, and aloes, with all the chief spices of garam masala. A fountain of gardens, a well of living waters, full of turds, and streams from the Lebanon, streams from the Ganges, full of dead bodies being eaten by crocodiles. No, it doesn't say that. A fountain of gardens, a well of living waters, and streams from Lebanon. Awake, O north wind, and come thou south, blow upon my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my beloved one come into his garden, and eat his pleasant fruits.
Okay, so I have to pause for this. This is definitely like a reference to not just the Garden of Eden, like the fall, but also like the promise of salvation, the promise of paradise. It's all a big coded reference to. I think what it's trying to say here is what I was saying before. It's like this combination of male and female energies that lead to salvation. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
so it's trying to say like we'll get back what we lost in the fall if we are able to live in harmony, I guess, and live by God's law.
Yeah, I'm actually
Which, in
starting to
our
like it
opinion,
now.
is what Jesus' law is, not this fucking psycho bullshit.
Because it does work like so much of the Bible. It's talking to two different audiences
Yeah,
on two different levels at the same time.
yeah, for sure.
And so the people who say it's a celebration of monogamous marriage are correct,
Yeah, I agree.
and the people who say that but it's not a celebration of marriage necessarily between the king and anybody. I think the king is a bit of a dickhead in it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, it's hard to like. I know he has like a decent reputation in the Bible, and I know like among like the I don't even want to say this because I don't know. I don't know like if you went to like a Catholic priest or like an Orthodox priest, if you said, "Hey, what do you think about Solomon?" I don't know what they would say about him. I think they'd probably say he was wise. I think they probably say he was great for having built a temple, but I don't know that they would necessarily say like he rules. You know,
Yeah.
I think they probably have a pretty realistic take on what he was like. You know what I mean?
I've yet to
Because
see any evidence apart from that story about cutting the baby in half that he was wise.
I agree. I don't even think that story's wise. It's a shitty fucking piece of wisdom, in my opinion. But I think what I think what they mean when they say he's wise is that he's like learned in the esoteric studies. You know what I mean?
And also, he didn't get conquered. So
That's true. Yeah, he was smart enough to use money.
I had an argument with somebody about Henry VIII, what an arsehole he was. He says, yeah, but he built a navy and we never got conquered since. Like, well,
You're not wrong.
it's just two different ways of looking at the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I still don't
Also,
like it.
John D. I was just on our bonus episode this week where I talked about John D. Johann D.
No.
Smartest man in Britain. He was
Smartest man in Britain.
that was what his reputation was. Yeah.
Right.
He was Elizabeth's like main advisor, like her vizier kind of dude.
Yeah.
And he was like Elizabeth, dude, we got 23 boats. The Spanish have 200. We gotta build boats.
Yeah.
And that's what led to the British the Elizabethan era, dominance in the naval. This guy was like, no, he actually coined the term British Empire, John D.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty interesting. He was also a fucking psycho who like did piss rituals and shit. Like like weird occultists and stuff. But that's a whole avenue of research we could go down another day.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird
But
though, isn't it? Like, there's no. I've never heard of a battleship called an Royal Navy ship called the John
yeah, and me
D.
either. But they did name, they named the Rhode Island Narragansett Bay the John D. River.
Right.
Because they were planning on breaking up all of North America between him and this other guy, Sir Humphrey Gilbert, who was going to be like the owner of all of North America, but he died on the voyage back. And so instead, Sir Walter Raleigh, his half brother, became the owner of all of North America instead.
Right.
But John D also was supposed to be one of the people, but I don't know why. I think he may have been too busy playing with his own piss.
Yeah, having Beach Boys songs written about him. So
Yeah, we're in the next chap.
I am coming. Chapter 5. Chapter 5. I am coming into my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my myrrh with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, O friends, drink, yea, drink abundantly. Oh, beloved.
I sleep.
I sleep.
Oh,
Oh,
is it
that's
me?
you, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is you. Yeah.
I sleep, but my heart waketh. It is the love of my beloved that knocketh, saying, "Open to me, my sister, my love." What's with the sister thing? Let's take a quick pause on that. What's with the sister, my spouse? Is it your sister? Like you're all children of God, I guess.
I mean, that's the way I
Would
read
like
it.
to think of it. Yeah. But I'm just saying, given what their activities in the 21st century are, the people who brought you stepbrother porn, like,
Yeah.
just listen, I'm just saying. Okay. My beloved that knocketh to me, saying, "Open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my undefiled, for my head is filled with dew. My head is filled with dew, bro. My head is filled with dew." Like it's too graphic. I can't even say what I'm thinking about this, but those who know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to you have to spell it
I don't
out.
want it's gross. It's gross. But you know how like when you're ready to do something?
Oh, you mean you've got a bit of drip?
Yes, yes. My
Right.
head is filled with dew. And my locks with the drops of the night. The drops of the night.
Oh, right. Okay.
I have put is this him or her?
I thought he was just repeat. So I've got such a pure mind. I thought it was just
Yeah.
repetition. I think he was just saying his hair was wet.
It could be both.
I'm a very literal guy. That's why I like that Aussie guys.
It's a double. I would consider that a textbook case of a double entendre.
Yeah.
So what is this? Is verse 3 female or male? It doesn't actually say here. I'm guessing. I have put off.
I think it's me, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I have put off my coat. How shall I put it on? I have washed my feet. How shall I defile them?
My beloved put his hand by the hole of the door, and my bowels were moved. It's got fucking scat porn in it too. My bowels were moved for him.
Do you think this is where the Catholics get the idea that it's not cheating if it's up the ass?
Yeah, you got to put your hand at the hole of the door.
No, I think it's like that's an old English translation, isn't it? So it's like bowels are of compassion.
I think you're right about
So
that. It's like in
so-
your hackles, or what are you, the cockles of your heart, you know?
Yeah, I think she was.
I think you're right about that. Yeah. But okay, so
he
I
put his
rose up
hand on
to
her- He put his hand on her hoo-ha,
yeah.
and she
And,
felt sorry for him because she knew she wasn't going to put out.
Well, no, it says here that she rose up to open to my beloved, and my hands dropped with myrrh, and my fingers with sweet smelling myrrh. So she's washed upon the handles of the lock. The door, by the way, is like it's an obvious motif here. It's
the hoo-ha.
It's time to have fun. Yeah.
The tuppence.
Yeah. I opened to my beloved, but my beloved had withdrawn himself, and I was gone. My soul failed when he spake. I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he gave me no answer. The watchmen that went about the city found me, and they smote me. They were like, "What is this woman running around nude, screaming for dick?" They smote me. They wounded me. The keepers of the walls took me away my veil from me. Okay, maybe they're doing something not so holy then. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, if ye find my beloved, that ye tell him that I am sick of love. What is thy beloved more than another beloved, thou fairest among women?
Oh, that's
Why?
me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I think that's actually the other whores in
The
the
other women's, yeah,
harem, isn't
okay.
it? Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah,
So shall I do them as well?
fine.
What is thy beloved more than another beloved, O thou fairest among women? What is thy beloved more than another beloved, that thou dost so charge us?
Because this is the women of Israel, isn't it?
Yes.
Replying, because that's who she was addressing.
Yep. My beloved is white and ruddy, so he's blonde. Or he's got red hair. Is ruddy red hair? Or
I
is
guess
it blonde?
so. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a red-haired Jew. The chiefest among 10,000. His head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. So I guess he does have black hair, so he is Jewish.
Yeah.
His
well, ruddy
eyes
means like what I am, ruddy cheeks.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. But it says his Oh, okay, no. He's white and ruddy. Okay, so yeah, he's light and red faced. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
He's roast beef.
He's got a pink face.
His eyes are as the dyes of doves by the river of waters, washed with milk and fitly set. His cheeks are as a bed of spices.
So he's definitely Indian.
His cheeks are as a bed of spices. He just smells spicy.
He washes himself in milk. That's why they smell like that.
As sweet flowers. I don't know, sweet flowers though. His lips like lilies, dropping sweet smelling myrrh. His hands are as gold rings set upon set with the beryl. His belly is as bright ivory overlaid with sapphires. His legs are as pillars of marble set upon sockets of fine gold. His countenance is as Lebanon, excellent as the cedars. His mouth is most sweet, yea, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved. This is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem.
Chapter 6. Whither is thy beloved gone, O thou fairest among... Oh, hang on.
This is the women of Jerusalem again.
Whither is thy beloved gone, O fairest among women? Whither is thy beloved turned aside, that we may seek him with thee?
My beloved is gone down into his garden, to the beds of spices, to get the garam masala, to feed in the gardens, and to gather lilies. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. He feedeth among the lilies.
That's me.
Thou art beautiful, my love. Tirzah, comely as Jerusalem, terrible as an army with banners. Turn away thine eyes, for they have overcome me. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from the Gilead. Thy teeth are as a flock of sheep which go up from the washing, where every one beareth twins, and there is not one barren among them. As a piece of a pomegranate are thy temples within thy locks. There are 80 queens, and 80 concubines, and virgins without number. My dove, my undefiled, is but one. She is the only one of her mother. She is the choice one of her that bare her. The daughters saw her and blessed her, yea. The queens and the concubines, they praised her. Who is she that looketh forth as the morning, fair as the moon, clear as the sun, and terrible as an army with banners?
I went down. Oh yeah, that's you.
Is that me or you?
That's you, I think.
Yeah. I went down into the garden of nuts.
The Garden of Nuts. I hate to go there.
I went down. I went down into the garden of nuts to see the fruits of the valley, and to see whether the vine flourished and the pomegranates budded. Or ever I was aware my soul made me like the chariots of Aminadab.
Return, return, O Shulamite. Return, return, that we may look upon thee. What will ye see in the Shulamite? As it were the company of two armies. How beautiful are thy feet
Chapter
with
7.
shoes. Chapter 7. How beautiful are thy feet with shoes.
He's a
O
foot guy.
prince's daughter. The joints of thy thighs are like jewels, the work of the hands of a cunning workman. Thy navel, this is my favorite bit, thy navel is like a round goblet which wanteth not liquor. Thy belly is like an heap of wheat, settled out with lilies. So she's a fat chick, which rules. Thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins. Thy neck is as a tower of ivory. Thine eyes like the fish pools in Heshbon, by the gate of Bath Rabbim. Best bit coming up. Thy nose is as the tower of Lebanon, which looketh toward Damascus.
That's a pretty big fucking nose. So wait, so
These
this guy
compliments
is...
wouldn't get you far these days, would they?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Which is, by the way, which leads me to think that there's some sort of like a second meaning that is lost to time. Yeah. Like, who the fuck knows what's Bath Rabbim? Does Bath Rabbim even exist today? And what was the reputation at the time of Bath Rabbim?
There's probably a hospital named after it in New York.
Well, yeah, you're probably right about that. But my point being is, like, what was the contextual reputation for the fish pools in Heshbon? You know?
Well, I think
we'll never know.
What we're talking about here is like, it's trying to unite all the even pre-Abrahamic stuff of like earth.
I agree.
Earth and elements and earth and water and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's all part of creation anyway, so I don't see why not. And yeah, but I just want to say, how beautiful are thy feet with shoes? What is this? Quinn Presh Terran Deep?
Thine head upon thee is like caramel, and the hair of thine head is like purple.
She's fucking libtard. She got dyed purple hair.
The king is held with the galleries, in the galleries. How fair and how pleasant art thou, O love, for delights. This thy stature is like to a palm tree, and thy breasts to clusters of grapes. I said, I will go up to the palm tree. I will take hold of the boughs thereof. Now also thy breasts shall be as clusters of the vine, and the smell of thy nose like apples, and the roof of thy mouth like the best wine for my beloved, that goeth down sweetly, causing the lips of those that are asleep to speak. Do you think she's woken up with a...
I think maybe the other way around, actually. Oh, wait, the roof of thy mouth is like the best wine for my... Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh, no, so this is back to me anyway. And we skipped, actually. That was supposed to be her. And the roof of thy mouth is like the best wine for my beloved, that goeth down sweetly, causing the lips of those that are asleep to speak. Okay, so this is him being a giving lover, either way. I am my beloved's, and his desire is toward me. Come, my beloved, let us go forth into the field.
I think that was the woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry. No, I think it was the man, because it starts off how beautiful are thy feet with shoes.
Yeah, I know, but I think it randomly switches, though. Because, look, I am my beloved, and his desire is towards me.
Yeah, I think it changes there, yeah.
Okay, fine. So we'll start at verse 10. I am my beloved's, and his desire is towards me. Come, my beloved, let us go forth into the field. Let us lodge in the villages. Let us get up early to the vineyards. So maybe she isn't black. Let us see if the vine flourish, whether the tender grape appear. The tender grape, what's that? And if the pomegranates bud forth, there will I give thee my loves. The mandrakes give a smell, and at our gates are all manner of pleasant fruits, new and old, which I have laid up for thee, O my beloved. I think with this line here, at our gates are all manner of pleasant fruits, new and old. I think that means like We're doing something that has been since the birth of man. We're doing the same thing. That's no matter how far we get away from Adam and Eve, however you want to look at it, the origin of species, Adam and Eve, whatever, we're still reproducing, continuating the species based on the same biological slash God-given biological principles, no matter what. There's nothing new under the sun.
Correct.
All right. Final chapter. Chapter 8.
Chapter
Oh,
8.
oh, that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breasts of my mother. When I should find thee without, I would kiss thee, yea, I should not be despised. I would lead thee and bring thee into my mother's house, who would instruct me. I would cause thee to drink of the spiced wine of the juice of my pomegranate. I think right here, by the way, is like, it's like, it is supposed to be like a courtship sort of thing. It's like, I would bring thee to meet my mother, who would instruct me on how to be a wife.
Which I would means I would
like
to. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to. His left hand should be under my head, and his right hand should embrace me. So it's not. They're not having passionless doggy style fucking animalistic sex. It's loving. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, that ye stir not up nor awake my love until he please. This is the third time they said that. Three. Everything is threes, by the way. I'm pretty sure every time they repeat a thing, it's 3 times. Who is this that cometh up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I raise thee up under the apple tree. Apple tree, that's definitely the knowledge of
Oh, hang on, shouldn't this be me?
Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Yeah. Who is this that cometh up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I raised thee up under the apple tree. There thy mother brought thee forth, and there she brought thee forth that bare thee. Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm, for love is strong as death, jealousy is cruel as the grave, and coals thereof are coals of fire, which hath a most vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. If a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it would be utterly contemned. Now, definition of contemned, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I think it means approved of. It sounds like condemned, but let me just check. I think it's like something to do with contumely.
To treat or regard with contempt.
Oh, right. Okay.
We have a little sister, and she hath no breasts.
Oh, I think I'm the brothers now, aren't I?
Well, but that's again, I don't know. Who knows? That's the problem.
Right. Okay. I'll change voices again. We have a little sister, and she's got no breasts. What shall we do for our sister in day when she shall be spoken for? If she be a wall, we will build her up on a palace of silver, and if she be a doer, we will enclose her with boards of cedar.
I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. So I'm thinking, by the way, like Madonna, that Madonna outfit. You know what I'm talking about with the pyramid breasts?
Yeah.
She's into Kabbalah, by the way, just saying.
Yeah.
Then I was in his eyes as the one that found favor. So she was virtuous, therefore she caught this guy's eye. Solomon had a vineyard at Baal Haman. He let out the vineyard into keepers. Every one for the fruit thereof was to bring 1,000 pieces of silver. My vineyard, which is mine, is before me. Thou, O Solomon, must have 1,000, and those that keep the fruit thereof 200. Thou that dwellest in the gardens, the companions hearken to thy voice. Cause me to hear it. Make haste, my beloved, and be thou to like a roe or to a young hart upon the mountains of spices. Boom! That's it.
I think that's the best Bible episode we've done. It's good. It's actually great reading it all out, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the first time we've ever done a reading, but it was short enough that we could have. You can't. We simply couldn't do this with every single one.
No.
But yeah, no, I'm very happy with that. I do want to say I did make a reference earlier about how when they said when she said something about how her lover came out of the wilderness as like a pillar of smoke. I have to say this is the reason why I equated that with God is because in the temple they used to like sort of have God as like a literal pillar of smoke. Like literally they'd have like a burning pile of incense that in the
Well, they
smoke
still
that,
do that in the Vatican, don't they, for
in a way, yeah.
papal elections?
Mm.
And they
Yeah, you're right.
they have like Moses originated it, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose. I think they contained him inside the box during Moses times, like in the Ark.
Yeah, but I think there were times when there was a lot of smoke about. I
Oh,
think
for
it was
sure.
God.
Yeah, he came to visit them. Oh, also the
Yeah,
burning bush, not to mention, obviously, he was sort of
yeah.
ensconced in the smoke there. But either way, so yeah, I wasn't just basing that off of nothing. I did have a biblical, scriptural basis for
No,
saying
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, definitely, it makes sense.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that's a pretty good summation of it. I hope you enjoyed the analyses, and I hope it wasn't too edgy, or not edgy, but risque. That's the word I'm looking for. I hope it wasn't too risque.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next two Bible books because they
Which
are
are
Isaiah.
right. That's supposed to be the one where there's supposed to be like an explicit Jesus reference in.
Yeah, but you know why they call him Isaiah?
Because his
One
one eye's
Isaiah than the
higher than
other.
the other. Yeah, he's got one eye's higher than the other.
And Jeremiah, because like in all the books I says, oh, this guy's a bit of a Jeremiah, and I'm like,
What's that mean? Yeah, I've never heard that before.
yeah. So they're both pretty long.
Jeremiah spoken,
So yeah, what we got
yeah.
to what's coming up? Let's do a teaser.
Yeah, Jeremiah
So we've
spoken, I
got
guess.
Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel. That's a big one, isn't it?
Oh God,
Ezekiel,
it looks like Daniel.
yeah. Amos, Obadiah, Jonah. I know Jonah. Micah,
Jonah's
Nahum.
important because Jesus invokes Jonah when he says when he talks about because I think Jonah was in the whale for the amount of time that Jesus was in the temple was in the tomb.
Yeah. So it's just a bunch of prophets now.
Okay, I'm down. They seem like pretty cool guys for the most part. They're the ones. They're all the prophets are martyrs, right? For the most part,
I don't know.
most of
I
them
don't
are
think so.
because I know that later.
Later ones maybe.
But I know that later Jesus says something about like I will be as the prophets, meaning I will be killed.
Oh right, okay.
So I think that's why he said that at least.
Moses didn't get killed, didn't
No, yeah, he's the special star child of Yahweh. Of course, he would never have to suffer any consequences. He does die though. I mean,
he?
obviously we
Yeah,
all do, memento mori,
yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. We'll get there, I guess. I hope you're enjoying this journey through the scriptures that I also am experiencing sort of for the first time. You know, it's funny. I do want to say this is that like the further we go through, and I think we definitely talked about this when we did Ecclesiastes, because so many like quotes or like sayings come from Ecclesiastes. But I really am like not surprised, but like I'm struck every time that I come to something new in the Bible, new to me, and I go, wow, this is like a concept that is like deeply embedded in Western like culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
It's amazing to me that like I mean it's obviously makes sense. I don't know why I wouldn't think that, but I guess in today's like sort of secularized, godless society, it's easy to lose sight of that, you know?
Yeah, reading the Bible's a good thing to do, but it definitely helps to have someone to talk about it too as well.
Yeah, if you live, yeah, you could go into that's where Protestantism comes from, by the way, is reading the Bible just by yourself and going, I figured it all out,
Yeah.
and not having anyone else give you feedback.
Well,
Um, But anyway, so die with the www.historyhomos.com. Don't forget the RSS feed. We're also available on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, Odyssey, BitChute, Rockfin, Rumble, and most importantly, historyhomospod.substack.com. It's the History Homos Substack. If you like the show, get 100% more show. It's one extra episode a week for a low subscription price of $5, less if you buy for the year. And yeah, it's a real value because it's a every episode is like a totally new topic. We don't just go, me and William are going to hit stop right now and go, okay, what the fuck are we going to talk about? In fact, I already pre-recorded this past week's episode, and it's already out. So it's a whole long investigation into the history of the Newport, Rhode Island Tower, which is of mysterious unknown origins. But John D comes into play, by the way. That's why I know about him recently. But what's I going to say is, yeah, so go check that out. That's really the best way to support the shows. If you like the show, please help us out by subscribing over there. And yeah, so also join us in our Telegram group. T.me/historyhomos is the channel. T.me/historyhomos chat is the chat. You can follow us across social media at Historyhomos Pod. That's Twitter and Instagram, etc. And yeah, die with dignity. Oh yeah, if any questions, comments, or concerns, email me. Or if you'd like to buy a t-shirt, email me your size and address at historyhomos@gmail.com. Die with dignity. William, what would you like to say to the people before we?
Well, I'm going to say something a bit wordy actually, because I've just remembered thinking about the Romans. I had to divert my course at work last night and drive on a Roman road, which hasn't been like turned into a motorway, which a lot of them
really
have. Yeah, and so it's just like a regular one lane going
like like a
narrow road. Yeah, and it's Ermine Street. And
Ermine.
Yeah.
That's interesting because ermine is associated with royalty.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can instantly tell it's a Roman road because it just goes over the hills straight.
Yeah, they don't give a shit, yeah.
Whereas like the English, I mean,
they'll cut through, right?
It was reading this Walter Scott that made me sort of get all thoughtful about it. Was the Saxons and the people who were there before the Saxons, their roads were all just where people would walk. So they're like,
the lowest possible.
They're getting their ox to pull a cart, so they don't want to have to pull it up a hill, so they go around it. Whereas these Romans were so arrogant.
They're Nietzschean.
Just like, yeah, we're just going to go straight over this hill.
Yeah, fuck the hill. That's just a minor inconvenience to us. Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought of it that way before, but you're right. Probably, yeah. They have this sort of attitude where the whole universe is ours, so therefore this should be no obstacle to us. This silly little
you can
incline.
What they did do was have like a network of horse trading stations on their road, so you could wear your horse out going up all these hills,
and leave them,
and then just sell it to a merchant who'd sell you a new one,
right? And if you're like a Roman legionary, you have all the money in the world as far as everyone else is concerned.
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah, that's a little piece of trivia I never even considered before. But yeah, do you often go on Roman roads?
Well, yeah, because like Ermine Street, most of it is part of the A1, which is one of the main sort of trunk roads in England. But this is a bit that used to be part of it when it was just a little road.
Right. Okay.
It's no longer.
Interesting. Well, that's cool. Interesting. But anything you want to say is like a quick, snappy goodbye, or just want to say bye-bye?
No, just no, goodbye.
Later, homos.
The apple tree among the